What are you talking about? What am I
You're
scared
playing
of?
scared.
Yeah, you're scared. I can see it.
I see the fear in your eyes.
Yeah.
You know who I didn't see the fear in his eyes?
Who's that?
Jackson Churio.
Yeah, no doubt.
But now all of a sudden, Jordan Love is consistently in that top 5 quarterback conversation because he is, dare I say, the word elite.
But why are kids staying out to 1:30 in the morning?
It was homecoming.
What is going on at 1:30 in the morning for children?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean?
You saw what Jason did there with the 6'7", trying to appeal to the Gen Z people. Always doing that, Jason. I get what you're doing there.
You're so annoying with that.
What?
This is Sunday Karma, powered by ESPN Wisconsin. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue. Alongside Greg Scalzo, Alex Strofe, and Kyle Wallace, here's Good Karma Brands founder and CEO Craig Karmazin.
Happy. Wait, I can't even. If it's a happy, it should come from Greg Scalzo.
Happy Sunday!
No.
Oh, what's today?
Father's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I usually go day of the week.
I know, but
This ain't
since
that.
it's
This
Father's
ain't what you
Day-
usually do. This is Sunday
Yeah.
Karma.
Happy Father's Day!
Yeah, look at that.
There you go. To all the dads out there, Kyle Wallace, Greg Scalzo, Craig Karmazin, back with you on a Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to everybody. As I think there's only 2 things on my mind today.
Brewers?
Nope.
Golf.
Nope.
World Cup.
Nope.
You got what else is on his mind today?
The Carolina Hurricanes parade.
No, that already happened.
Well,
Wasn't on my mind. even
Usually
while
you
it
go
was going on.
outside the box.
No, I'm in the box.
Oh, Giannis?
Yeah, I mean the Bucks in the NBA is
Whoa.
on.
I thought we were doing a thing where we were going to go everything except for Giannis, Kyle.
Well, I just thought that because usually Craig says, this is on my mind today, and it's not the biggest story that is happening
Nope,
not only
that
in
and
sports.
Father's Day are going on, and it is interesting times if you are a Milwaukee Bucks fan. I just found myself getting somewhat emotional. I saw a TikTok where it's like, Dad, tell me about the 2020 through 2024 Bucks Heat Celtics rivalry, which I didn't really even realize it totally was one until I watched like all the highlights of those series and how good and how many moments there were of those 3 teams as they had general control of the Eastern Conference during that time, a time that we know has had now 8 different NBA champions. So it's been a weird time compared to any time in the history of the NBA. And it is 2 days away from the Milwaukee Bucks having a lottery pick and Jimmy Haslam's self-imposed deadline around either knowing that Giannis is going to re-sign and extend with a supermax contract with the Milwaukee Bucks, or the Bucks would trade him. Guys, how you feeling?
I'm feeling like it's amazing to hear some of the reports coming out right now, including our very own report at ESPN Milwaukee that Giannis wants to stay in Milwaukee but not with the Bucks. There's a lot of information. There's a lot of information out there. I saw somebody was trying to make it out that John Horst was actually in Hawaii on a bachelor party trip while he was here in Milwaukee at Summerfest doing a pickleball event.
Well, I don't know that pickleball is like what he's not like.
I know, but I'm saying that there's reports out there that he's like been in Hawaii and that's been the hang up on any trade being done, which is not obviously true because he is here in Milwaukee. And in the seat, but
it's like, oh no, it's actually because he's been playing pickleball for the last month. No, he may have gone to Summerfest for like an hour.
I agree. I'm not saying it that way.
No,
I'm saying that he's here. Like you know that he's here, but the all of the noise coming together is fascinating because it felt like everybody wanted something to get done last week, But this always happens, and it's always going to push as close up to the deadline as it can because the deadlines are going to spur action. And if you're the Bucks, you're going to take every deal that you get, and you're going to look for a better deal, right? And so I think still today it feels like something could happen. Tomorrow it feels like something could happen, but I still feel like it's an inevitability that something will happen.
Well, we will talk about that and also about fathers because it is Father's Day. And I was thinking about watching games with your dad. And I feel like this is a universal, if you were fortunate enough to be able to watch games with your dad, that every father has just like those things. Like they're the isms. They're like the things that like your dad just says over and over again, like while you're watching games, that all of a sudden you're like, God, I can't believe like my dad legitimately believed that a curveball didn't curve.
What do you mean he believed a curveball?
He didn't believe the curveball curved. He believed it was just like the angle, like the guy was like throwing it across. Like he didn't believe the physics that a curveball would curve. Like I'd be like, Dad, it's a curveball. He's like, no. It's just like a little slower, and it's just like, I was like, no, it's a curveball. Just did not believe the curveball curved.
Is it really a curve or is it just like a turn?
See?
I mean,
What do you mean a turn?
I mean, it starts here and it goes right or it goes left, or a breaking ball goes down
See,
or up.
see, that's
is
what
it,
my
what do you
dad
mean by
just believed it was
curve?
like gravity. He's like, it's not
Yeah.
like it really. He's like, it doesn't go straight and then curve. He's like, so it's
Yeah.
not really a curveball.
It's like a progression.
yes, that was my
So
dad's
it's like
theory.
turning, yeah. I know. Your dad's a very smart guy. I'm glad I'm on the same side as he is.
What would you call it then?
Well, they had to
A
label it to make,
rotation, like a rotational ball.
yeah, it is a rotational ball that turned this way. I know. I get what he's saying. Like curve is just a term or a word they attach to it, like a sinker. Like what do we mean a sinker?
A sinker has downward motion.
Downward. So
but
why
my
is it that
dad's point is
downward
that
motion
my
pitch?
dad's point is that everything has downward motion.
Yeah.
Not a
That's
fastball.
because of
Fastball's
gravity.
on a.
No, that even fastball.
Well, I mean, yeah, okay. Now
go
we're
high,
if
getting
a
they go low.
fastball goes far enough,
Yeah.
it would be a sinker.
if it went far enough, yes.
So yeah, no,
Unless it's Jacob Misarowski and then it actually never hits the ground.
You think it would just go around
Just-
the earth?
You just keep on
It would
going.
just continue to
Yes.
circle the earth if no one caught it.
yeah, your dad's smart. I get it. I get it. You know, sometimes we accept
You-
things,
you
and
got-
sometimes we question
You
things.
got
Your dad's
you
a
got
questioner.
some. You got some for your
Oh,
pops.
what me and my dad didn't really want. My dad, he watched sports, but he wasn't like a sit here and watch with the
see,
family type.
by the way,
sports guy.
that's my dad too.
Yeah.
By the way, my dad was anytime like, why are you going to the game? It's better on TV. If you want to see it, you might as well just watch it on TV. There's no point of going to the game.
No, you know what's so interesting about my dad? Because y'all know I absolutely love sports. I'm a big
Yeah.
homer. My dad, he enjoys the hometown teams, but he doesn't live and die with them.
Yeah.
So it was always funny growing up when he was watching it downstairs or whatever, and all of a sudden you hear him say, oh, okay, go, just randomly out of nowhere. My mom, too, they randomly get into sports, but they're not like huge sports fans, but they're bandwagon
See,
fans.
my dad never cared. He cared about making money on sports, but he never cared about sports.
Making
Greg,
money
I
on
feel
sports,
like your
he was
dad's-
gambling?
No, in business, like
Oh.
investing in rights. You know, he was in the media, so he would get the
Greg,
rights to teams
yeah,
and things like that.
So
he,
relatable.
He felt like like that was his version of gambling. Was like he'd be watching the game and he'd be running all of CBS, and he'd be like, "All right, if this team goes to the
Wow.
AFC Championship, it's worth millions of dollars to their business."
So Craig's
right?
dad ran CBS. My dad ran he was a sanitation supervisor for a northwest side of the city of Milwaukee. He made sure your roads got salted.
Right, but
during the
I'm
snow,
saying
and
my
his
dad was
made sure we
worried
got
about.
good
My
TV.
dad was worried about moving millions of dollars based on who won, and Greg's dad had some bucks on the games also.
Yeah, my dad would be worried about moving C notes on whatever tease he was playing that Sunday afternoon.
So would you meet his book? Like, did you know who your dad's bookie was as a kid?
yeah, I knew who my dad's bookie was.
So like you would like have to meet him to pay up, or was he like your uncle or something?
No, he wasn't my uncle.
Did he, when you were younger, did he say it was your uncle? Like,
No.
We're going to the bar to meet
I
like,
know
Uncle Jimmy.
I feel like there's like a statute of limitations here, right? It's been a long time. My dad and his friends. My dad would basically do.
Was your dad the bookie?
No,
Oh.
him and his friends, they would aggregate their bets.
Right.
And so then he would make sure that if one person took the Packers and another person took the Bears, that they would actually cross off and they wouldn't go to the bookie with both those bets.
Right, so you
because
wouldn't lose the vig.
lose the juice. Yes. And so he would basically put it all into one account. he had these legal
So like
pads.
the Pats are playing the Dolphins and $682 on the Pats
And
and
it would be-
$400 on the Dolphins. And so he would just put in a $282 bet on the Pats.
Yes, and it would be legal pads in our family room on the table there of just random scribbled notes, and then every once in a while, it really only settle up once a year. But
Really?
but we would go.
I think your dad was the bookie.
No, it'd be
Yeah.
end of football season, and then it'd be right before football season. Would be
What
sort
a
of the
life. This is like
He had that
foreign
kind of
to me.
credit, like where he was settling, I didn't really come across the bookies till I got to college.
Yeah.
Like my dad, growing up, he would bring like in the parking garage where he parked his car in New York, they would have these parlay cards, and he would bring the parlay cards home, and I would circle them, and we'd put like $5 or $10 on the parlay cards, but he never had a bookie like that. So I didn't learn about that till college.
No, but
and,
like
and
he-
those they were collected on Tuesdays, and like you better be able to pay.
he would come to our
Better be able to
tailgates once in a
pay.
while, right?
What do you mean, Kyle?
What's gonna happen if you can't pay?
If you don't pay, something's gonna happen to you.
Oh my gosh!
What do you mean?
Yes,
if
y'all
you can't
talking about
pay?
gang? This is organized crime.
Yes. Who do you think
That's
controls
kind of what
gambling?
it is. Yeah.
I thought our good friends were the ones who were doing it for us. I didn't know it was underground.
That's why one of the things that my dad would always say is, "Don't bet what you can't afford." That would be it. He'd be
See,
like, "You know
there's
what?"
one of your-
He'd
see?
be like, "You can gamble, but he's just don't bet what you can't afford."
800
This is
99
hilarious. The East Coast versus the type of stuff I heard in the Midwest in Milwaukee. They weren't talking about moving bets. They were talking about other stuff, not me and my friends.
800 990 3776. It's 800 990 ESPN. What were your dad's just go-to things? Like the things your dad would say over and over again when you were watching the game that just like became something that either you still say to this day or something that you're like, oh my God, I can't believe my dad would say that over and over again. Like my dad, if you touch it, you should catch it. Like that was one of his things. Like it could be like the biggest diving catch or whatever. And if it just nipped the glove or nipped the receiver's hands, hey, if you touch it, you should have caught it.
Yeah, my dad would always say that in the baseball field. If it hits your glove, you got to catch it. It doesn't matter. You're right. If it was, Chuck Knobloch throwing it over the head of the first baseman, if it hit the tip of it, it would be there.
Yep. All right, there you have it. You can hit us on the talk and text line, the carbless talk and text line. We have like 10 Yingling hotline things here. What is going on here? We really do have like 10 Yingling hotlines. And we do have a few carbless talk and text lines where less is more. Carbless handcrafted premium cocktails. Less is more. Text us 800-990-3776. Give your dad a shout out. What was your dad's go-to thing when watching the game? What would he say when, just over and over again? What were those things that watching a game with your dad, you were going to hear that? It was just one of his philosophies on sports or life that you would hear when watching the game with dad. So Greg gave his take on Giannis. Greg, you think something will happen in the next 48 hours?
I do think something will happen in the next 48 hours. Yep.
I feel like you're feeling like the next, maybe even on this show.
I don't know about that. I actually think it could very well peek into tomorrow. I think they'd have to get something done at least the day before the draft because there might be a couple extra dominoes to fall. But I never subscribe to this idea that, you want to get it done the week before because it gives you more time. They've scouted everybody. I'm sure they've been on a zillion phone calls. They know if A happens, then B could happen. If X happens, then Y could happen. But I think, yes, I would think by the end of the day tomorrow, something happens.
We got YouTube going, Kyle, or are we still working on that?
We can't hear you, Kyle. You talking to us or not?
I was asking him on the air.
Oh, yeah, no, didn't know it wasn't up. Trying to make some phone calls now. ESPN Madison's YouTube's going, but not ESPN Milwaukee.
Okay, so if you're looking for
we'll get it figured
YouTube,
out.
hit up ESPN Madison and ESPN Milwaukee slacking. So for those who've been asking about YouTube, we're 15 minutes into the show.
Yeah, it's about right.
Yeah.
It's a Sunday karma.
Yeah, exactly. So the interesting thing to me is, and everyone has opinions, obviously, whether you're a sports fan or not, on Giannis and the Bucks, because he has been so transformational in impacting the city of Milwaukee, the state of Wisconsin, the sports fandom of everybody in this state. But for all of the platforms, all of the stuff Giannis has done over the last few months, all that, there obviously would have been an easy opportunity for him to just say, like, I want to resign. I want to extend. This is where I want to be. I want to be here my whole career. And when I read comments online, I'm like, still seeing a ton of people who are like, Giannis is staying. Giannis doesn't want to go. Like, any of this. Like, I mean, it's interesting, right? Because Jimmy Haslam said this publicly, right? Either he's going to, tell us he's going to extend. And by the way, the Bucks can't offer him officially the extension until October.
1st, yeah.
But it doesn't mean that Giannis can't say, hey, I'm signing, I'm extending. And so that's why I think as Bucks fans, we're all like kind of bracing for, the next, day or two. And again, if Jimmy Haslam follows through on what he said, and we've seen him trade Myles Garrett from the Cleveland Browns this year, there could be a trade coming that we all never thought we'd see in our lives.
But don't we know what Giannis wants? Giannis wants to win. And I think that it's not saying you can't win in Milwaukee.
I don't know that it's just that. I got to be honest.
Okay.
I got to be honest. And I would say this to Giannis, and I haven't talked to him since like the season ended. I've not had a conversation with him. But I think Giannis is so good that you can win when you have Giannis, and you can build around Giannis and win. So the idea that like you wouldn't be able to win here and build, even if we don't have a ton of draft picks coming up, we have a top draft pick this year. We have the number 10 draft pick. We have a lot of good players coming back. We have players who are developing, and you have Giannis. And like people, again, you could see the Knicks and you see a deeper team and all that. There is absolutely the ability to develop players, to make the right moves on the margin. So I just don't believe you can't win everywhere if you have Giannis.
But that's not the point that I was making. The point that I'm making is that Giannis wants to win. Has he been given the vision here yet? Like, I think if they keep him and they say, hey, look, we did this move. Here's who we took in the draft. We packaged this up in order to get this. You could continue to get him. Do you think there's no way to get him excited about returning to Milwaukee? Or do you think if given the right vision with the new coach saying this is how we're going to win, he would buy it?
I mean, I feel like we would have heard from Giannis around the Taylor Jenkins hire. I mean, Giannis wasn't there when Taylor Jenkins was hired, right?
Was he invited?
I mean, Cormac was there. Do you think Giannis was invited if Cormac was there?
I just find it interesting that the franchise player that usually shows up to everything and has been part of that wasn't there, and I haven't heard a peep about it.
And I just think that, I think no one, specifically Giannis has not wanted to break up with this city, in any way. And I think that's why Ben Brust's comments, which, can we address this?
This is crazy. Don't trust the internet. That's it. Period.
Can we address this and explain, Kyle, explain what happened on your show?
Yeah, we were just having a conversation about Giannis leaving Milwaukee, and all Ben Brust said is that he doesn't believe, based off Giannis saying he loves the city. He said, I don't think he wants to actually leave the city of Milwaukee. He just wants to leave the Bucks organization. And then it just got...
Right. His point is he loves Wisconsin. He loves it here. He's been great for his family.
Yeah.
It's the people who took the chance on him. It's the people who've grown up with him. And so even if he does want to be traded, it's not because he wants to leave the city, right? That was Ben's point?
Yes.
Which is actually like a surprisingly good point by Ben. That doesn't always happen. Like, it's understandable.
Yeah,
it's very true.
Very surprising. Yeah. And Kyle, you're with him a lot, and Greg, you used to be, so you guys are kind of experts on that.
Yeah, he doesn't usually have a salient point like that.
It was very good. And then when we saw it all over social media...
Well, so then ESPN Milwaukee kind of made it seem like it was something, right?
You think so?
It was a quote graphic.
Yeah,
right. They built up a quote graphic, and then like what were the emojis with it?
I don't know the emojis.
Yeah,
for it. Kyle, you might have to help.
I didn't see the emojis.
Pull
either.
up the emojis.
I just
it was
felt
more like I think it was like the eyeball.
Context.
I think it was like the eyeball emojis. Like, oh, like look at this. Like it's like a story. Like I think ESPN Milwaukee, social media with the big quote graphic and and how they did it. I'm not saying forced the issue.
There was the eye emoji, yes. And a hashtag fear the deer. Giannis doesn't want to leave Milwaukee. He wants to leave the Bucks. Ben Brust on Kyle and Brust.
Yeah. Now, somehow on NBA Twitter, which in the world of X and everything is still called NBA Twitter, it became a major story that Giannis somehow wants to stay in Milwaukee but not play for the Bucks. So everything from the Brewers to the Admirals to the Herd to the Wave to, just about any option you can think about was created. And
I do think he wants to stay in Milwaukee, though.
What does that mean?
No,
he just wants to keep a house here?
I think if in a perfect world, if the team was good, he would be happy to finish his career in Milwaukee. I don't think he's interested in. I think he's interested
You're saying
in competing somewhere else, but not like actual. If the Bucks were good, he wouldn't be upset. If the Bucks made it to the Eastern Conference Finals this past season, I don't think Giannis would be asking for a trade.
But that's how. Yes, I mean, I think that's how it always is.
No,
right?
it's not how it always is. Some people want to get the hell out of town. Some people say, "I don't want to be in this city."
Who
Especially
feels
Milwaukee.
like, hey, I'm part of a winning organization and I'm the best player and I want to leave. I don't.
People leave.
Has that
all
ever
the time.
happened?
People leave. People leave places. I mean, I guess coming from Milwaukee, we were never a destination that people wanted to stay at.
Yeah, but you were never good.
Oh, that's very true.
That's true also,
So
but
it's
I do think there's certain, like Kawhi Leonard won a championship in Toronto. You didn't see him staying very long.
Yeah, but he just went and chased the biggest dollar, right?
Well, he was going to get a max contract anywhere. He wasn't chasing the biggest dollar. He wanted to go home to L.A.
And in L.A., did he not get the biggest dollar?
Well,
did he not get the biggest dollar with Palmer?
Aspirationally.
He got.
He had aspirations of going to L.A.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. What a deal that was. Allegedly.
We don't know exactly.
Good contract. Good contract. I've seen it.
But I'm saying, like,
NBA contract.
Shaquille O'Neal wanted to be in L.A., right? Like, there were people. Kobe Bryant wanted to be.
He didn't leave Orlando after they, Nick Anderson missed 4 free throws, and they
they had gone to a
NBA final.
They got to the NBA finals.
They had, and then they were worse those following years, and then he went to L.A.
Yeah,
it's very rare at the peak, is what I'm saying. When you're like, all right, our team's awesome, and I want out.
Yeah, I mean, LeBron was not at peak before he left to go to the Heat. LeBron did leave after 4 straight NBA finals to go back to Cleveland.
Yes.
So, I mean, people do leave teams that are dominant and teams that are playing really, really well.
Just to wrap on the Ben Brust, basically it got picked up by this account called NBA Central and now has 11 million views on a tweet that basically says Giannis reportedly doesn't want to leave Milwaukee. He wants to leave the Bucks per ESPN Milwaukee.
Which is not true.
As if we had reported on the fact that he doesn't want to leave Milwaukee, but he wants to leave the Bucks.
And
that's you're doing, Kyle. It's Kyle and Bruss right there.
By the way, that's just
that
one.
Is the internet going
that
crazy.
11 million views is just one tweet. Because then I've seen it on TikTok. I've seen it on other accounts. It's everywhere, which is crazy. Billy in Sussex says, my dad would always quote the great penalty call. He was giving him the business when there was a holding call every time. He would say he was giving him the business. What did your dad say? What were your dad-isms when you watched the game with your dad? Give us a call. Shoot us a text, 800-990-ESPN. That's 800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open. Less is more. Jason Wilde joins us as we continue. It's Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
ESPN Wisconsin celebrates Wilde and Tausch's 10-year anniversary, presented by Steinhoffels.
Our very first guest, Aaron Rodgers. Give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do together?
Daily, 52 weeks a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary is also brought to you by Sendix, by Outdoor Living Unlimited, by Gruber Law Offices, and by Events by Design.
Get a $1,000 trade-in bonus. Any make, any model, any condition. You'll be surprised at how much you'll get for your trade at the Cunis Trade-Up event, happening now at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Cunis dealerships in Oak Creek, Greenfield, and Hope Chevrolet on West Metro Auto Mall. That's right, any make, any model, any condition. Get a $1,000 trade-in bonus and take advantage of great new vehicle specials from Chevrolet, GMC, and Buick. Looking for value? Shop over 3,000 pre-owned vehicles group-wide with models for every lifestyle and payments for every budget. Plus, we'll buy your car even if you don't buy one from us. The Cunis Trade-Up event is happening now. Get a $1,000 trade-in bonus. Any make, any model, any condition. For a limited time only. Find your nearest location at shopcunis.com.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Milwaukee Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally and safely, and with no drugs or injections with risk of serious side effects, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, and no exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good with a coach for ongoing support. Our program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast as most other programs. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation.
Homer here. I've been on this journey since January and have already lost 27 pounds and on my way to at least 30. What I love most is how safe and easy this program has been. No complicated plans, just real results that fit into everyday life. If you've been looking for a weight loss program that really works, this is it. For a limited time, get $200 off with our summer special. Book your free consultation at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary.
ESPN Wisconsin's Gabe Neitzel here for Events by Design. You want people to actually show up for your community event, charity gala, or nonprofit fundraiser while making a memorable impression on them. Events by Design turns those moments into meaningful experiences that engage your audience and bring your mission to life. They manage everything: designing, planning, production. No stress, no loose ends. Just an experience your guests remember, exponentially benefiting your cause. Get started today. Just search online. Events by Design. They design, you party.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Father's Day is Sunday. Looking for the right gift for Dad? Whether it's a unique craft beer, hard-to-find whiskey, or a spectacular bottle of wine, we've got you covered. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor, where since 1960, we have provided the best selection and the lowest prices in town. We stock literally thousands of varieties of beer, liquor, wine, and mixers. Over 15,000 actually, but who's counting? The point is, you want it, odds are we have it. Combine our incredible selection and everyday low prices with our 2 convenient locations, and you've got your one-stop shop for Father's Day. Discount Liquor on 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and in Barstow and Maine in downtown Waukesha.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
See our specials at discountliquorinc.com, and happy Father's Day.
See the best of ESPN Milwaukee by subscribing to our YouTube channel.
What the hell happened to your hair?
What do you mean?
Yeah, the front is fine, but you look like Lloyd Christmas in the back. Right there, just stay still. Oh my God, YouTube.
ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It is a Father's Day edition of Sunday Karma. Kyle Wallace, Greg Scalzo, Craig Karmazin with you as we are only 2 days away from the NBA draft. Matt's I was going to say what Nathan said, which I'll get to after. We are talking about Father's Day, and what do our dads say when we're watching the game that, like, they just said so many times? Matt says, whenever the Packers were playing poorly, my dad would say, "This is why we can't have nice things." To this day, I still have no idea what he was talking about.
That's pretty good.
I believe Taylor Swift said that also. Did you know that? No?
I don't think I do know that.
She has a song called that. This is why we can't have nice things. No.
Kyle?
Of course not.
Nathan says, I don't know what percentage of our fans feel like this. I'm so tired of the Giannis crap, the Bucks, and the NBA in general. The basketball sucks, the egos are insufferable, and the whole league is a social experiment. If the Bucks move tomorrow, I would not shed a tear. Maybe we can get an NHL franchise. Like coming
Boo, wait till that place doesn't sell
I mean,
out.
the NBA coming off its highest ratings of the final since 1998, and I feel like Jalen Brunson is the most egoless star we've seen in the history of the league.
Craig, this NHL stuff. Y'all don't even go watch the Admirals play. Yeah, what makes y'all think you're gonna go to an NHL team?
But that's different.
You don't think that's
maybe
different?
at the bottom. That maybe if the NHL team is one of the worst teams in the NHL, you think these folks around Milwaukee going, hell, the Bucks this year weren't that good. And I saw that arena. We seen it. I can hear my echo some games. So I don't know why we acting like we just this big sports town that's going to support a team if win or lose. Not true. Just not true. I hate the NHL whole thing. Oh, let's get a hockey team.
What?
Wait, but
why does it have to be one against
why
the
do
other?
you have to hate
Can't-
the NHL?
Can't you just like the NBA and the NHL?
Milwaukee is not going to sustain a bad NHL team. I just know my city. We won't. It will be empty seats. They talk about get a WNBA team. Okay, so it's empty?
It's not even on the table for them to get an NHL team.
Exactly.
And there's no guarantee if they did that the team would be bad.
Why are you so angry at the NHL?
Because everybody says, because people put up this whole thing, get rid of the NBA, bring
okay.
an NHL team. That's
Yeah,
why I
but,
get
but
so
you
upset.
don't need to get sucked into that,
No,
Kyle.
I get sucked into it because it's like, what do you mean anti-NBA? Like, we act like we didn't just win a championship just 5 years ago. Like, what are we talking about?
All right, Jason Wilde joins us next. It's Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
There's enough needless nonsense in the world already. Your phone plan shouldn't add to it. Verizon's new Simplicity plan cuts down on the nonsense in your life. Now there's just one plan, one price. $30 a line per month, even for a single line. And everyone gets our best 5G network. It's a phone plan designed to do exactly what a phone plan is supposed to do. Isn't that a lot simpler? Switch today at Verizon.com or at your nearest store. For new customers, $30 per line includes autopay and switch discount. Additional taxes, fees, and terms apply. Unlimited data is restricted to on-device smartphone usage. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
Progressive knows you think the grass is always greener. Like maybe you ride a motorcycle. But today, it's raining. So you wish you had an RV. But if you did, you'd have to listen to some guy parked next to it at a campsite plays acoustic guitar. Now, before you start wishing you had a boat, remember, your brother-in-law would invite himself every weekend.
Permission to come aboard, Captain?
But one thing that is greener is the money you could save when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Meet Jim and Rita.
We went on a motorcycle trip.
But somewhere in Wyoming, Jim and Rita were in a serious accident.
They blocked off the interstate and everything and took us to the hospital.
Sometime later, Rita made a discovery.
She had noticed that the bracelet was gone. And I asked the trooper, is there a chance we can go out there and see if it's still there?
And amazingly,
he found a couple of pieces.
It was only 2 tiny links of the bracelet.
Jim was determined to buy Rita another bracelet from Kessler's.
And I had my checkbook in my hand.
But when he arrived there,
and I said, okay, how much? And she says, that's part of our warranty.
Jim and Rita discovered the Kessler's miraculous no small print warranty.
It's just amazing that you guys do this.
And it's true.
If you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed. It's just that simple.
It surely is miraculous.
Read the Kessler's miraculous no small print warranty yourself at Kessler'sDiamonds.com.
Hi, it's Zoe, one of Macy's gift guides, here to help you find the perfect Father's Day gift for the guy you're shopping for. Is he a trendsetter? I'd go color-blocked polo and shorts. Classic combo, easy to wear. Is he always on the move? Stylish commuters love a designer watch. Plus, I have cologne gift sets wrapped and ready to give. Come shop our Father's Day sale and take 20 to 60% off today at Macy's. Savings off select prices. Exclusions apply.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-290-7100. That's 800-290-7100.
Looking to transform your home with stylish furniture and home accessories without breaking the bank? At your local IKEA in Oak Creek, they believe everyone deserves a beautiful and affordable living experience that enhances your everyday life. From comfortable and fashionable sofas and sectionals, to kitchens full of inspiration, to bedrooms designed to help you find your best sleep and relaxation, IKEA's home furnishing combines form and function to fit any lifestyle and budget. Visit IKEA Oak Creek today or explore their collection online at ikea.com/US.
It all started with a small storefront and a big promise. Treat every customer just like family. For decades, local families have trusted Sendix to provide the freshest food, the warmest smiles, and a place where community comes first. From generation to generation, we have grown together. Because Sendix is more than just a grocery store. It's home. Thank you for allowing us to serve you for the past 100 years. Here's to the next 100 years. Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
We are going to grind out at bats. You have to throw quality pitches in order to get us out. And then once we get on the base paths, you have to worry about us. It's a different brand of baseball.
On 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
On Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all. As we are wondering what those things that your dad would just say when you were watching the game over and over again that just kind of stuck. I literally was thinking about it. I was at Game 4 of the NBA Finals this year, and the Knicks were down over 20 in the first half. And I turned to the guy I was with, and I was like, my dad would say this is a waste of time. It's going to be tied with 2 minutes to go anyway, so it's not worth spending all this time worrying about this game. And looked up with 2 minutes to go. Dad was right. You know, but I mean, the guy just didn't like sports, but because that was, you know,
your dad didn't.
Yes,
you're saying,
yes. The beauty of the 29-point comeback, the ups and the downs, the storytelling. That's why we love sports, and that's why we love Jason Wilde, who joins us on Sunday Karma. Good morning, Jason.
We got to beat the traffic.
Oh, was that your dad? What inning did that start?
Well, I can just tell you that it cost me the opportunity of being in the stands. And I used to tease him about this. Easter Sunday, 1987 is one of the most famous games in Brewers history. And we left long before Rob Deere and Dale Swaim hit the home run. So, yeah, that's now, obviously, in my job now, I never leave games
Well,
early.
Jason, and to his defense, that was probably a pretty rare Brewers sellout back then, right? Because it was Easter, and the team had won all those games in a row. So he was looking at least a 35-minute backup leaving if you guys waited to the end of that game. And I'm sure he had really important things to do on Sunday night.
Definitely not. Yeah, definitely not. It's a beautiful afternoon, and if I remember correctly, too, that was obviously when we were living probably without traffic. 15 minutes from the stadium, so it'd been worth the wait. But forgive and forget, or at least forgive and not forget. But yeah, we did that all the time, man. That was, I don't know. I understand the thought process behind it, but I remember covering my first beat that I ever covered on a daily basis was Wisconsin men's hockey, and I remember at the old Dane County Coliseum, if you left early, the fans would get after you and chant "beat the traffic" at you as you went out. And I thought that was the perfect chant for my dad.
Mine was the opposite, Jason. We had to stay until the end of every single game. If it was a school night and the Red Sox went to 18 innings, did not matter.
Well, 18 innings is one thing, but if it was 14-2 and it was the eighth, top of the eighth,
you're there until the end of the game. It's like you are staying until the end of the game, and then we're gonna go home.
Now, was that about getting
Now,
his
my
money's
dad
worth, or was that about like not wanting to miss something?
Not
great?
wanting to miss something, and we always had to walk. Like he wouldn't park near the stadium; he'd park at his office, and so you'd have to walk like 20 to 40 minutes. So there was no traffic. I'd be like 6 years old and have to walk 30 minutes to get back to his parking lot, and then take off from there. But it was just more of you're at the game, you committed to going to the game, we're gonna be at the game.
So purely, again, to be very clear, purely based on these two examples of our fathers, nothing else about any of their other parenting successes or failures. Would you have rather had your dad or my dad if you were going to the game?
Ooh, would you rather beat the traffic, Dad, or you got to stay till the end no matter what, Dad?
I'm taking Mr. Scalzo.
I'm taking it too.
Yeah,
I'm taking
me
it
too.
too. Yeah, I'm taking it too. My dad, by the way, was the extreme opposite of that. He was it's better on TV, so don't even go to the game, Dad. So he was like, there's no single thing. He's like, I don't care how good of seats we have. It is better on TV. You can't tell me there's any reason to go to the game. It is better on TV. So that's the third version of the dad there.
And what I've found now as I've gotten kind of more and more, it's become easier to be able to cover games in person, but with the television broadcast, is that your dad is right. Like I used to bring to Lambeau Field like a small 13-inch TV and a stool, and I would set it behind me so I could check replays and get the telecast on over the air. I had rabbit ears and everything. And now with NFL Plus, I have that going on my iPad next to me the entire game. And your dad was right. Like there are things that I would not be aware of during the game if I didn't also have the TV broadcast going. So somewhere in this Bermuda Triangle of sports parenting as fans, all three of them have valid points.
Wait. Let's just see if my dad's on a run here, because Kyle is saying my dad was right that a curveball doesn't actually curve.
But I wholeheartedly disagree with the TV thing. I do.
What about the games end up every game's gonna end up tied.
That's a great
at
one.
the end anyway.
That's a great
The
one.
NBA in a nutshell.
Yeah.
and then if you touch it, you should catch it. Are you a believer in that?
I'm a believer in that. Yep.
Jason, are you a believer in that? If you touch it, you should catch it.
I've been told that by many a wide receiver during my career.
All right, maybe my dad does know ball. I thought my dad. I thought my dad didn't like sports, but I guess maybe he knows ball.
I do want to. I do think it's important though to clarify, because your dad's point about the game being better on TV, he's not right about it from an atmosphere and just the feeling of community. Look, I'm not a Knicks fan. I didn't love, and as I talked about with Tausch on our show, I didn't love that there seemed to be some fans that kind of came out of the woodwork that were not necessarily fans when they were, struggling early in their opening round series or whatever else.
Is that a shot at Taylor Swift, Jason?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, I don't know that you want to get on the wrong side of the Swifties
Do
on
it,
this
Jason.
show.
Do it. She wasn't with him shooting in the gym, Jason.
Yeah, she.
Our teammate Monica McNutt. Did you guys follow what happened there?
Oh yeah, on the radio broadcast.
Yes, like with an open mic, she said something to that effect. Jalen Brunson had to come to her defense and Swifties, like Monica's a real one. Just chill.
I did see that, and again, that's fine that she jumped on the bandwagon. That's great, but I did not feel as happy for her as I did for I watched the parade and I watched Mayor Mamdani's speech, and I will say it was really neat to see, kind of like the Bucks, who waited 50 years to win the title. Like, it was really neat to see how much that meant to a lot of people, and that's the thing you don't get when you're on TV.
Yeah,
it's like the Robin Williams Goodwill Hunting speech, where he's like, you might be able to read about everything about the Sistine Chapel, but you don't actually know what it's like to be standing in there and to experience it. And that's the whole idea of sports in general.
Well, from a character who missed Pudge Fisk's home run because he had to go see about a girl, though. In fairness.
Game 6.
Yep.
Game 6. And then he's pointing the ball, and I wasn't there, right? That was like the whole kind of point.
Great
of the
line,
speech.
great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He stole my line.
Yep. All right. One thing if you're talking about lines, the line that everybody knows is one call, that's all. And that is Gruber Law Offices that I'm talking about, because that is connected with Gruber Law Offices as a family and as a business. National recognized, family-owned Gruber Law Offices for over 40 years, helping tens of thousands of Wisconsinites. They are involved in so many community activities, including wishing you all a happy Father's Day. So if you're ever injured or a loved one's ever injured, remember, it is one call, that's all, with Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices.
More Sunday Karma coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. On this show, it's always football season.
I'm not overly concerned because it seems as if Green Bay's not overly concerned.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody over there feels like this team was there. We got short-circuited with injuries. We have the right staff, we have the right people, and we have the right players. We just need to stay healthy, and we'll be champions.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Not every order is a big order, but it still matters. At Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more, there are no minimums. So whether you need one shirt or 100, you still get the same personalized service, hands-on design help, and high-quality results. Sometimes it's a small team, a quick idea, or something you just want to get right the first time. It's custom apparel without the pressure. Perfect for your business, event, and team. Big Frog makes it easy to create exactly what you need with a local team ready to help every step of the way. Get started today at bigfrog.com/Mequon.
You've already put in the work. Now there's a way to make it count towards your degree. At Lakeland University, your work and life experience can earn you college credit, helping you finish faster, saving time and money. With flexible evening and online classes, plus multiple start dates, Lakeland fits your life. Study 100% online at one of our 6 locations across Wisconsin or on our residential campus in Sheboygan County. Customize your degree to fit your life, your goals, your future, without missing the moments that matter, at work or at home. Your experience matters here. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
Hi, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Most contractors cut corners and disappear when there's a problem. Not us. Since 1997, we've completed over 60,000 projects, earned thousands of 5-star reviews, and were named 2025 Roofing Magazine Contractor of the Year. We set the standard for exterior remodeling. Trusted by homeowners, proven every single day. We're excited to show you why choosing Infinity means peace of mind. Visit infinityexteriors.com to see why your neighbors trust Infinity.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor. If it's a celebrate or tailgate, when you're gonna recreate upstate. If it's a holiday, birthday, any date, you can save at Discount Liquor.
It's the world's largest music festival, and you'll be there compliments of Discount Liquor. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. There is no other party like Summerfest. Buy any one 15-pack of 16-ounce aluminum bottles of Miller Lite, Coors Light, or Coors Banquet, or any one 12-pack of Happy Thursday Spiked Refresher, and receive one free Summerfest ticket. Visit us at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and in Barstow and Maine in downtown Waukesha.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings.
See us for your free Summerfest ticket, and check out our specials at DiscountLiquorInc.com.
Discount Liquor. Shop the pig.
The heart of this country is local. It's neighbors looking out for neighbors. It's small businesses that know your name. At Piggly Wiggly, the people who run your store live right here, right alongside you. And when you shop with us, every dollar stays in the community we all call home. Stop in today and see the difference shopping local really makes. Piggly Wiggly, local since forever.
Looking for a dinner that actually impresses and cocktails that keep the conversation going? Head to the second floor of St. Kate the Arts Hotel and discover the Studio Kitchen and Cocktails. Bold, elevated dinners, thoughtfully crafted cocktails. It's the kind of place where every plate and every pour is made with intention. Come for dinner, stay for another round. The Studio Kitchen and Cocktails on the second floor at St. Kate the Arts Hotel.
Station updates, show clips, and your place to interact with us every single day just by scrolling through your feed. Follow along on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at ESPN Milwaukee. You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I feel like we could have the Wilde's dad list of best Wisconsin or best overall sporting events that you would have missed had you gone with Wilde's dad.
Oh, there's a lot of them.
like the best comebacks. Yeah, but that 1987 one, for you guys to have actually missed that one, is actually like that may have been like the top one on the list. So you actually did it as we celebrate Father's Day and we think about those things that our dads said either when we were watching the games or when we were watching the games on TV. John had said, you should run a poll of where does your dad fall? Is it Greg's dad, Jason's dad, or Craig's dad? Because all three of you have the extreme fathers, and be interesting to see what the most normal one is. Right? Is it the...
It's interesting psychologically that all of our fathers were as extreme as they were.
Yeah, yes. Is it the don't go to the game because it's better on TV, leave early because you want to beat traffic, dad, or you're not allowed to leave till the game ends, dad? We literally have the three extremes.
Yeah.
I have another one, too, that I left early.
Oh, no.
The final game at County Stadium that the Packers played when Favre disobeyed Holmgren. And Holmgren said during the timeout,
like, get out of bounds.
Whatever you do, don't run.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Throw it away. Don't run. And then he ran for that iconic touchdown in that last game against his old team, the Falcons. So, yeah,
that wasn't even like a blowout, right?
No.
It was just like hey, this is a good game, but we got to beat the traffic.
It's tough to get out of there. Blue Mountain Road can be a real hassle. Yeah.
You know what I'm learning here, Jason, is that, boy, you had quite the childhood. Jeez Louise. Brewers games, Packers games.
But do you think, Jason, that's why you're so into telling the stories of the game? Because you never knew how they ended because you had to leave?
It's why I'm so supportive this is why I was so thrilled when Good Karma Brands acquired WTMJ, because that's where all my memories are from, is listening to them in the car after we left early.
Yeah, well, and that is, Jason, you would probably have to read about it in the newspaper because he wasn't there even when he was at the game. That is fascinating. Like, I'd almost pick my dad. Like, I'd almost rather not go to the game at all and watch it on TV if you're not going to be able to be it for the best part. But no, I think Jason likes those memories of being at the game still. So you'll take those memories.
Well, and mine are just static post game shows with Mikey Adams on WEEI. Getting drunk caller after drunk caller calling in at 1 a.m.
Yeah, 15-2, and that was pre-Sweet Caroline. I feel like there was probably like nothing to look forward
to. It's just
to.
anger.
Yeah,
Yes.
and in fairness, leaving early was the right call on some. I mean, I don't want to. These are the two extreme examples, but there were plenty of other times we left early, and it was a savvy move that got us to beat the traffic. But again, we don't follow that policy here. We're all influenced in our parenting in various ways by things our parents did that we admire or like, or things we don't agree with. So you put it all together, and that's what we try to do as parents ourselves, right?
So, Kyle, did that article you sent from NFL.com, did that rank Jordan Love as the fourth quarterback in the NFC North?
No, that article was just talking about Jordan Love's inability to close out games.
That was ranking divisions of quarterbacks.
Divisions of quarterbacks, not the quarterbacks in the division.
It was more so the criticism within the article about Jordan's inability to finish out games, which I wholeheartedly disagree with based off what I saw this past season. And also week one as well when he progressed. Or excuse me, year one when he progressed, but especially after his last season.
I don't know, Jason, you've been as critical as anyone probably at ESPN Wisconsin of Jordan Love, even though you're not a hater and you're very positive about him. Do you feel like it's a fair criticism to say he hasn't delivered in the biggest moments?
No. So I struggle with this, as you guys know, because one of the things that bothers me is that, there's such this wide variance of what people think of him, and it's a struggle for everybody because he just does not like the QBR statistic that you love so much, Craig, based on that, he's the fourth best quarterback in the league.
And that
right?
is weighted toward clutch play. Like, so it's not
Right.
like they don't also weight that toward game meaningful plays in meaningful games.
So I don't do this based on analytics. I would do this based on the feeling that I have from watching him every single game he's played. And when I think of Jordan Love, I don't think, oh, this guy's not clutch, right? I mean, like the Detroit Thanksgiving game this year. I mean, he made some big-time throws in that game, right? Obviously, there were other games earlier in his career where they fell behind, and maybe he put up some good numbers. I think there was a Vikings game where they fell behind 28-0 or something, and then he put up a bunch of yards. Like, what I struggle with is I think Love is a real Rorschach test for Packers fans on how they judge him on his own merits, how they judge him because they want him to be Aaron Rodgers.
Jason, but
Favre's
wasn't there a pretty
successor.
big narrative at this point of Aaron Rodgers' career that he was not clutch
Yes,
because
he
he
didn't
did
have enough
not
comeback wins.
he had no comeback wins, right? So the idea was, hey, I get it, Aaron's good statistically, but he doesn't take enough chances, so he's never at a comeback win. So he may not be at that elite level of quarterback because he doesn't have comeback wins.
Yeah, and there was like his first year as a starter. I remember very vividly writing this story. It was obviously the year before we started ESPN Madison.com and ESPN Milwaukee.com, so it was still in the State Journal. But they went 6-10 that year, and I want to say I have to go back and look it up, but I want to say of their 10 losses, like 7 of them were one-score games, and in like 6 of the 7. He got them the lead in the fourth quarter, only to have it given back to the team that won the game. And there's a guy named Scott Kazmar. I just remember him very clearly. That was his thing. He don't have any comeback wins, and he worked for Football Outsiders, I think. And it was that was the narrative of him. And I remember talking to Aaron about it, even when we were doing the show. And he talked about how, look, man, I have plenty of game-winning drives. But a lot of them happen in the third quarter when we're up by 10 and we put the game away with another touchdown drive and stuff like that. And again, he is not infallible. And I think one of the things that maybe we weren't critical enough of because their defenses were so disappointing in playoff games is that there were ample games where you would say, had he played at a higher level, they still might have lost, but they would have been able to overcome the poor play of their defense. And so he was not blameless in that. I just struggle with Jordan because people, there's a group of people that it's interesting. It's kind of like we just did with our 3 dads. There's a group of people that he's never going to be good enough, and they don't believe in him, and they're skeptics. They were people that wanted to see Malik Willis be the starter last year. So there's that group. There's a group at the other end of the spectrum that thinks he is just as good as Rodgers and Favre, and he's going to prove that in the coming years. He's going to elevate his game, and he's going to win MVPs. And I feel like I'm kind of in this, kind of murky middle ground where I do believe he's good. I don't think there's any question he's a good quarterback. But I struggle to put him in the right spot in terms of how I view him and how I rate him. I think he's better than Justin Herbert. But it feels like most people think Justin Herbert is better, right?
But you would take him over Sam Darnold, who just won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, well, and I think that's the other problem of this debate that we always have, and we are all guilty of it. It's because that's what comes with being the quarterback, right? We've talked about it for years. You get more of the blame and more of the credit than you deserve. But Sam Darnold was exactly the right quarterback for John Schneider and the way that team was built. And I would argue the way most of Aaron Rodgers' Packers teams were built required him to put his team on his back. And not often enough was he able to carry that burden all the way to a title. And so I don't know. And then I was seeing yesterday, did you guys see this? Terrence Parsons was back out on Twitter last night. I had inadvertently left the For You tab instead of the following.
I don't know who that
tab on
is. I don't know who Terrence Parsons is.
It's Micah Parsons' brother.
Brother, okay.
And he is He's not Greg Jennings' sister or one of Brett Favre's brothers, but he's got his opinions, man. And there was a whole thing at it, and I marked a couple of them so I could talk about them with Tausch tomorrow. But he is sticking to this idea that his brother's not going to be back on the field until like week 7 or 8, which would mean not only missing the first 4 games, but also missing the first Bears game on October 11th and the Cowboys game on October 18th. So that would be 6 games into the year before he would play. I think Terrence wrote that he needs 3 weeks of practice before he's going to play. And again, none of us are responsible for what our brothers or sisters may think or say, but it makes you wonder exactly whether or not the Packers will have Micah Parsons back. And as much as I think Jordan Love is a good quarterback, I think he also needs those pieces around him to be better, and he's not shown that he can carry a team as the way that Favre did at times and the way that Rodgers did at times.
I think that's what's interesting, and I think it's, to your point, it's important to note that like the floor is already there. He is a good to great quarterback. Like that's not disputed. And so I think sometimes you're right, Jason, the criticism that can be warranted is based on that scale relative to who he already is, as opposed to the fan that's saying replace him with Malik Willis. But as we talk about our fathers all shaping sort of how we think about things, I immediately go to the gambling odds of who's, where does he stand in MVP? Because that ultimately kind of tells you where the market thinks of him. And right now he's tied with Dak Prescott for 8th best odds to be the MVP of the NFL in this upcoming season. And I think at a certain point with Rodgers, he became sort of a top 4, top 5 favorite every single year. Same thing with Favre, right? At that point in his career. And you just haven't seen that jump quite yet with Jordan. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen, but I think it's okay to say that he hasn't made that jump in the collective minds of the most objective people who are basically grading this out.
Yeah, I think that was way more concise and better said than I did, Greg. I mean, that's true, though. Like, and look, this is a really, in my opinion, this is an enormous year for him. And especially if he has the weapons that we expect to have him have at his disposal all year long, right? Like, I think Matthew Golden's going to make a big jump. I think Tucker Kraft was well on his way to being the best tight end in football, or at least one of them, because of everything he does. We saw what Christian Watson did. He has to be the first guy I've seen come back from an ACL and be better than he was beforehand. And then I still am a big Jaden Reed guy. Like, I think he's just like Randall Cobb, but he's got even more kind of versatility that they have not explored yet. So if those are your weapons and your offensive line can at least give Josh Jacobs maybe a yard before he gets hit by a defender, I think they have a shot at being a really, really, really good offense this year. Again, I would be worried about how the offensive line is going to run block and how it's going to protect, because there's a lot of unproven commodities. And then I still don't know what to make of the defense. Like, I was talking to guys at the mini camp, and even though they've installed most of the defense, they didn't sound like they fully grasped what exactly they're doing. And I know that's a process, and I know it's a significant adjustment, even though they don't want to say it, from what they were running with Halfley. But I'm very curious to see what that looks like, both with Parsons and then without.
Jason Wilde, as we celebrate Father's Day. Jason, happy Father's Day. Enjoy it with the fam, and appreciate it as always.
Yeah, I would have left this segment a couple minutes early in honor of my dad, but I figured I better finish it. All right,
Father's
guys.
Day, Jason.
Take care. Be good.
See you, Jason.
There he is. Jason Wilde. We will continue to take your calls and texts. What were your dad's things, and which type of dad were you? The Wilde dad who left early, the Scalzo dad who wouldn't let you leave and had to stay for the whole game, or my dad who said, why are we going? It's just better on TV to begin with. That and more. It's Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Feels like the world is a little broken lately. Maybe all we need is a fix. Most spirits are acidic. Fix Vodka is different. Fix Vodka is the world's first high-alkaline, acid-free vodka. Handcrafted with natural spring water and select grain. Clean, smooth, done right. Better water, better vodka. Get your local fix.
Fix Vodka.
Enjoy responsibly.
As we celebrate Independence Day in 250 years of American freedom, there's never been a better time to invest in the place you call home. Maybe it's that roof you've been meaning to replace, those drafty windows you've learned to live with, or that bathroom you've wanted to update for years. Whatever project you've been putting off, Exterior Pros and Baths can help. This Independence Day, you can save up to $3,000 on your next project. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com. Exterior Pros and Baths. Done right, built to last.
Looking to transform your home with stylish furniture and home accessories without breaking the bank? At your local IKEA in Oak Creek, they believe everyone deserves a beautiful and affordable living experience that enhances your everyday life. From comfortable and fashionable sofas and sectionals, to kitchens full of inspiration, to bedrooms designed to help you find your best sleep and relaxation, IKEA's home furnishing combines form and function to fit any lifestyle and budget. Visit IKEA Oak Creek today or explore their collection online at ikea.com/US.
The last weekend in June, experience the excitement as the Epson Tour's rising stars compete in the Island Resort Championship at Sweetgrass, the ultimate fan-friendly golf event with great views and chances to meet the next generation of LPGA players. Tickets are $10 and kids get in free. June 26th through the 28th, the Island Resort Championship at Sweetgrass. For tournament details and to explore our premier golf destination, visit islandresortgolf.com today.
Hey, this is Gabe Neitzel. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
This is Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
So we are less than 72 hours away from the NBA draft. The Milwaukee Bucks select 10th. Kyle, we heard Greg's thoughts of what's going to happen between now and then.
Had a little brain freeze there.
What? No, I was just thinking about where we were going first.
It's a dramatic pause.
Yeah, quite dramatic. I'm like,
Dramatic pause.
Really? I didn't think it was that dramatic. But
I
like Jim
it. You
Rome.
build the suspense,
Jim Rome used to have like. See,
Greg,
Kyle,
I'm looking
Kyle,
at it
you
here.
couldn't handle it. You couldn't handle
It was
it.
an 8-second pause.
Kyle, what do you got? What do you think happens? What do you think happens today?
Just
today, in the next
today?
24 hours. What do you think happens?
Nothing happens today. I think the Bucks take this all the way up into the deadline because I don't think the Bucks have gotten what they wanted, and I believe their hope is as it gets closer to this deadline that Jimmy Haslam said that we have of the draft day, is that more teams get anxious and say, "Well, we can't miss out. We can't miss out," and so that is my hope. Is that we take this up into the deadline at least. But I think nothing happens today. It's Father's Day. Don't nobody want to be bothered with all the trade stuff on Father's Day. Let Giannis enjoy his time with his 4 kids and being celebrated wherever he is.
That is wild to think about, right? Like, this is the city and the state where he has had all of his children, where he started his family, where he lost his father, and now it is Father's Day, and the idea that something, all these rumors and all this discussion is happening today is
ain't nobody working there. Plus, John Horst, what was the rumors? He's in Hawaii playing pickleball. What?
No, there's some heat accounts saying that the reason why that nothing's getting done is because he's been in Hawaii for 3 days, and he hasn't been. He's been hard at work here in Milwaukee.
Wait a minute, but you said he was playing pickleball.
Well, I'm saying he made a public appearance on Friday, the same day that there was people trying to say that he was in Hawaii. He made a public appearance in Milwaukee.
These rumors are just getting out of hand.
You're part of it, Kyle.
When I
You're
saw,
part of
Kyle,
it.
I believe it was.
Who are you blaming everybody else for?
I feel like it was Brust and Kyle and Brust who reported that Giannis wants out of the Bucks, but not out of Milwaukee.
This is reported is a strong opinion and thought would be more accurate. I'm telling you, when I saw this over the weekend, I said it's crazy, and then I sent the Barstool thing this morning to the group chat like, "Hey, this is getting crazy." crazy.
I don't think I saw the Barstool
Yeah,
thing.
Barstool is quoting it now, making fun of it. I'm like, oh my gosh. Nobody cares about the video. You know what I found out the most is with social media? Whatever you put on the graphic is what people run with. People don't listen to the video.
You
They
just
don't
found
even
that
watch.
out, Kyle?
Well, I continue to find that out. But I remember I did my own little clip, and I'm like, bro, did they listen to what I said? I said, goodness, all you got to do is get them with the words, and that's it. They don't care. The text means everything. Everything.
You're saying that people on the internet don't get the full context of things before they react to them. That's your realization in 2026.
Yes.
That is a new realization for Kyle. So, Kyle, what do you want to see happen now that we are this far? Because you've said you're kind of at that acceptance stage of your grief related to this. So, what do you want to see happen in the next 48 hours?
What I want to see happen is I want to see the Milwaukee Bucks make the best decision for the Milwaukee Bucks, and if they don't get a deal they want, then you know what? Then don't make the trade. We don't have to trade Giannis. Like if we don't trade him and we keep him, we may end up losing out on a lot. But we don't have to trade Giannis at this point, and who knows? Like maybe at this point.
But do you think you can really go into another year the way this last year went with all the distractions? You have a new coach. You have all this. Like if Giannis has clearly not come out and said like, hey. Either told the Bucks or told the world, I want to sign an extension. I want to be in Milwaukee. Are you really saying you'd want to risk losing him and getting no compensation and having another year of all this, clouding,
that's
the
not
team?
That's not my first choice. But remember, it is a choice. And what I'm saying is I don't want the Milwaukee Bucks to make a deal come Tuesday if the deal is not what they want. Because my belief is this, that the Miami Heat deal, I don't think it gets any worse. Like even if Miami Heat were to and correct me if I'm wrong, if they make the draft pick, how long does that draft pick have to sign? Is there a certain limit of days that they have to sign the draft pick or no?
No.
Okay, so, maybe they don't sign the draft pick right away because I believe once you sign, they have to wait 30 days before they trade them. But the Milwaukee Bucks, whoever the Miami Heat draft with the 13th pick, he could be a Milwaukee Buck next week, 2 weeks from now, whatever it is. And so the Bucks don't have to make that trade because I remember the Andrew Wiggins deal that sent him to Minnesota for Kevin Love. He was drafted by the Cleveland Cavaliers and then got shipped out, which ended up building up that Cavaliers team that ended up winning the championship eventually. And so when I look at it is the Bucks don't have to rush because if Miami Heat has the best deal and they really, really want Giannis, it's not going to change the Heat's mind. The Heat still on July 1st still going to want Giannis. Am I wrong?
I think you could even push it a little further from there. Like to me, if you, because I'm with you, Kyle, I think what you want is a real direction, like in understanding the strategy behind that direction. If you move on from Giannis, you acquire assets. All right, what direction is it? Is this a full rebuild? Is this something where you're reloading? Is Jaylen Brown involved and you're saying, hey, we think we can actually compete in the East with this group of players? But if you end up with Giannis and you sign him to the Supermax in October, like you can paint a picture for him and for the fans of how you could be successful. You said it yourself earlier. If you have Giannis healthy on the team, and this is going to be his first season in 4 seasons where he's not playing international basketball in the summer, where he had the entire back half of last year to get himself healthy, he should be coming into his year 32 season in better shape, better basketball shape than he has, since he was in his mid to late 20s. Like, he's going to be somebody who I think is energized, who's going to be ready to compete.
I think Giannis is going to be a problem this year.
I agree. So,
I think if you look at Giannis, even how he started last year in that first stretch of games, Giannis was playing as efficient and as well as he had ever played in his career.
The Bucks were playing good basketball.
Yeah.
This is where
that's where I'm saying, like, I think that I'm not worried that he's going to be somebody who sits out. I don't think he wants to have that. I don't think that's in his DNA. And
then
we
found that out last year, right? At the end of the season when the Bucks, for his own good,
what do you mean the Bucks for his own good?
What do you mean?
The Bucks said he was injured.
I mean,
because
he was
probably trying to come back
I'm
early.
saying he had not cleared, Doc Rivers talked about this week. He had not cleared the Bucks protocol to come back.
Don't get me started on Doc. Here, Doc said that, he didn't intentionally say it, but he said, if you trade Giannis to Miami for Tyler Hero, then now Miami doesn't have their closer.
No, see, you're pulling out stuff like you're saying other people didn't also. Did
No,
you listen to the
did you
entire?
listen to the podcast?
Did you listen to the entire thing?
I saw the video clip. I watched the whole video clip.
People
I saw
on
the
the
video
internet.
clip. No,
People on the internet.
No,
you should listen. He was really good.
I watched. Now I did. Now that video clip. Now I didn't watch the whole video. But I
Right.
saw that whole clip. I saw the whole clip. I didn't see the whole conversation, but I saw the whole clip. It didn't bounce.
Right. He said that Tyler Hero is a closer. That's all he said.
If you trade away Tyler Hero, basically in the Giannis deal,
Yeah.
then you lose your closer.
Yeah.
He didn't make it sound like Tyler Hero was a better player than Giannis.
No,
when you
he
listen
said,
to the whole
but
podcast.
can't Giannis be your closer?
He was saying that that's not like that Middleton, like that other people, that Giannis isn't
needs a
necessarily the closer.
I'm just mad at Doc still.
I know you are.
I'm mad at Doc. That grandkids thing. That I'm happy we have Taylor Jenkins here.
Even if at some point it becomes cumbersome for Giannis to be on the Bucks, how much worse would the trade package be next year at the deadline after he signs an extension? Probably is not going to be that much worse. Like, if you're not getting what you want right now, it's not like this means you're with him for the next 4 years.
Now, if he signs an extension, how long is it till you can you be traded? How many days? Do we know what the rule is on that?
No, but I can't imagine. I can't imagine that you can't trade him by February.
Yeah. Well, either way, I think, yeah. I mean, if he ends up with this team, you have to believe he would be offered and sign the extension, right? So as much as we all don't see that as the most probable scenario based on what's being said by everybody, until it doesn't happen, that is what's happened the last 2 times that Giannis was eligible for an extension. So you have to at least put it in the realm of possibility of something that could end up happening. And I guess I'll just go back. So if you're looking at the Bucks at 10, Kyle, which I was going to say after my dramatic pause, do you think they are more likely to pick earlier than 10 or later than 10?
I think they're going to pick right at 10. And I think with the way that this draft is shaking out, there's a possibility for them to get a good player at number 10. Now, are they going to get one of the stars of this draft, quote unquote? No, but there are some really good.
Well, the question is if one of those point guards drop, right?
Like you got to do everything you can to move up in this draft, right?
No, I don't think so.
Well, obviously 1 through 4 seem like it's like a group.
4 kind of seems a little shaky now.
Why do you say that?
Who,
Caleb Wilson,
are you
you don't
making
believe in
Darren
Caleb?
Peterson shaky?
No, I think
Caleb
Wilson people are talking about potentially falling out of
No,
that
if
4
he
spot.
falls to 10, the Bucks to draft.
No,
I'm
not
talking
to 10.
I'm talking about Wilson. I'm hearing what there's people who like Wilson
at 2.
Yeah,
Caleb
at
Wilson can
1,
hoop.
2, or 3.
He can hoop. Versatile.
Who are you hearing? Who's
I'm
saying he's dropping?
There's there's people saying that Wagler could end up being, going in that 4 spot.
Oh wow! What a change for him. I'm just saying, going into last year, I don't follow all of high school basketball, but I don't think he was
he wasn't
expected to be a top 10 pick.
No, he wasn't expected to be a one and done guy at all.
No, he wasn't a top 50 prospect.
Yeah.
So what a move for him. But I just some things I'm seeing.
The Thunder have 12 and 17. So would you rather draft 10 or would you rather draft 12 and 17?
I want to draft 10, knowing I'm not trying to be mean, but what I'm saying is let's take baby steps. Let's focus on just drafting this one versus all of a sudden we think we're going to draft 12 and 17 and get it right. Because I'm just saying, we've drafted in that 17 piece before. I guess Dante DiVincenzo wasn't bad. But
Dante was a great pick.
We traded him away. Like
it wasn't like
I know.
There's context on all these things.
I know, but you know how I feel about the draft picks. I feel like the higher we draft, the better chance we had of getting the guy right.
Yeah, but don't you think you have a better chance to get it right if you have two shots at it rather than one?
Yeah, that's true.
Greg, would you take 10 or would you take 12 and 17?
I think some of it depends on who's sitting there at 10, right? Yeah. Like, I think that...
Well, assuming that the Thunder want Mara.
Which is what everybody said,
so
right?
if he's still available at 10, so then you really... If the Bucks don't want him, which I'm not saying they do or don't...
You can't imagine that's not the... To me, that's not the building block that you want.
Right.
Right? He's not the highest ceiling guy in the world.
Right. So then all of a sudden... It's really
you're losing out on one player.
11, yeah, right. So to move back one pick that someone might take your one guy and you get 2 shots at it, I mean that's hard.
Not to.
Who's giving up a 12 and 17 for number 10 pick?
The Thunder, because they don't have any roster spots and they have 2 first-round picks.
And if they like a guy, they might go up and get him and say, "We need some physicality down low because we got to defend against Wemby. You've got this 7-3 guy."
The Thunder could throw Isaiah Joe in too, and who knows where they could go. I mean, the Thunder have so many players. They have Wiggins, who's a nice player who wasn't playing in the postseason. And I'm not talking about any players on other teams. I'm just saying about who played in or didn't play in the postseason. So I mean, the Thunder really can control this draft. The other team who can control this draft is the team that we just said, because there's 4 players, and then the Clippers are 5th, right?
Correct.
So are the Clippers going to want to, draft at 5, or are they a veteran team who would rather trade that 5 pick and try to get something to try to win now?
Miles Turner in the 10th pick to the Clippers. They want Miles? I don't know.
I think if you're the Bucks, if you could do anything to get to that 5, you have to do it. Because I do think that as much as we're saying there's 4, I think actually if you were to take this draft versus previous year's drafts, this draft, people are saying, is more talented.
So you like Darius Acuff, huh?
I like Wagner. I like Acuff. I think you've got a number of different point guards that you could point to.
Kingston Fleming?
And not the biggest Kingston Fleming fan, but yeah, he's a guy who you could be excited about.
And those 3 likely will be picked between 5 and 9, right?
Correct.
Those will be 3 of the 5 picks picked between 5 and 9. So you are
Brown,
unlikely
and
getting
Brown's
them.
expected to be going
How
there.
good is Brown? He played for Louisville. Louisville didn't make a run in the tournament. I don't watch Louisville basketball. How good is Brown? Is it Michael?
Yeah. So you got those. Wait, you got those 4 plus kid from Arizona, right?
Brandon Berry. Yeah, I saw him play.
So those are the 5 guys who are expected to go 5 through 9.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if Mara or someone moves up, like if the Hawks pick Mara at 8, all of a sudden one of those guys comes to
Somebody's
10.
sneaking up.
Right?
I don't want him in. I don't want him.
So why don't you want him? They said he was streaky or inconsistent, but then he got hot. He's up and down. He's young. He's 19.
I just feel like that's the ultimate, if you're the Bucks, you need somebody where you feel like this is going to be an NBA guy. And he's one of those, draft prospects who's got the right body, and he's got the size, and he's got the athleticism.
This sounds like something that we see a lot here in Wisconsin.
But
our GMs love guys with the potential.
But he hasn't put it together quite yet, and I think that he's very young. But he to me, he likes to kind of live on the outside, like he thinks he's a shooter, but he's not really a shooter.
I read that he averaged 23 points in the month of December.
Steve O says,
what do you average in the month of March?
I have no idea.
Steve O says, trade the diva now before he further infects the Bucks.
Crazy talk.
Let's build a team to be proud of. Unlike the last few years, maybe if the Bucks trade their few remaining picks, keep Giannis's brothers on the team and make Giannis the team owner and beg Giannis. It's pathetic.
I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, Kyle, there's one team that's actually won a championship in the state in the last 15 years, and that was the one that was built around Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Ain't that the truth?
I don't. What are we talking about here?
Yeah. It is short memories that we can have. And by the way, the one thing I'll agree with, this last year was not a fun year, right?
Of course.
You just didn't feel like the effort at times, the team had a weird feel around it for much of the year. So that is something I think we could all agree on. Who
Jake is gonna fix all that.
You're big on Taylor.
I think he's a culture builder. I mean, I know we talked about it before, what happened down in Memphis, but and then the fact that he's come in here, I just haven't heard a lot of noise. I'll admit too, Josh Glessing, who is now the president of Bucks, replaced Peter Fagan. His comments that he made about, hey, we expect Giannis and everybody on the team to be here. You know what? They seem like they're just standing on business. They're just focused on basketball. You know what? I actually appreciate less noise, more focus on basketball. So I think I actually like the direction that we're going.
All right, we will get back into our Father's Day discussion as we continue. And also, Kyle, Greg, any thoughts on bullpen usage over the last few days? We'll discuss that as well. It's Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
More Sunday Karma coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
Yeah, coaching matters a lot, and we've fallen short. Those are the facts. Matt LaFleur's on the clock, man. And I know he got an extension, but I'll say this. If they revert and don't get better, you're evaluated on your results.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody knows, it's championship or bust. That is what Green Bay is. And unfortunately, we've had 15 years of bust.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
$998 buys you a magnificent diamond solitaire engagement ring at Kessler's.
A solid gold mounting shows off a big, beautiful diamond, 3/4 of a carat.
Glitter, twinkle, sparkle.
This is the definitive diamond solitaire engagement ring.
You can choose a round diamond, radiant, marquise, or oval.
3/4 of a carat. any shape you want.
Any color of gold you want.
A 1-carat solitaire is just $1,498.
Ask to see the Evermore engagement rings at Kessler's.
You're going to be ecstatic about the color, clarity, and cut of your diamond.
Evermore.
Each of these diamonds was lovingly created in the heart of a miniature star.
Your diamond will remain.
Evermore.
Your diamond was born about the time you fell in love.
You will be in love.
Evermore.
Your diamond has been waiting patiently for you to see it, love it, and choose it.
Don't keep it waiting. Come to Kessler's.
To find the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Jen Latta. I've spent my career around athletes, coaches, and people looking for an edge. That's why I was so impressed when I visited Revival in Brookfield. From kickboxing-inspired fitness, Kaiser cutting-edge performance training, yoga, bar, Pilates, and a suite of recovery experiences that include red light therapy, infrared sauna, cold plunge, and contrast therapy, Revival is redefining fitness and wellness all under one roof. Limited Tier 1 memberships are now available while they last. Schedule a tour today at revivalbrookfield.com.
It all started with a small storefront and a big promise. Treat every customer just like family. For decades, local families have trusted Sendix to provide the freshest food, the warmest smiles, and a place where community comes first. From generation to generation, we have grown together. Because Sendix is more than just a grocery store. It's home. Thank you for allowing us to serve you for the past 100 years. Here's to the next 100 years. Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
This is Aaron Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Looking for your next unforgettable night out in Milwaukee? Step into Upper Bar, where the city lights meet the river's edge and every evening feels like an occasion. Perched above the Milwaukee River with sweeping downtown views, Upper Bar is your stylish escape to the heart of the city. Sip handcrafted cocktails, explore curated wines, and share flavorful bites made for good company. Whether you're meeting friends, starting your night, or just chasing the view, you'll find it all here. Upper Bar, elevated evenings right in the center of it all. Visit upperbarmke.com to learn more.
Tracy Lawrence for the U.S. Air Force.
We all have tough choices we have to make. Life just works that way. I remember when I was getting ready to move to Nashville to pursue my dream, I packed my 10-year-old Toyota Corolla with 250,000 miles on it and hit the road. It was a tough choice, but the right one for me. If I decided to take what seemed like an easier road, I never would have achieved my dream. You can do anything if you put your mind to it. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Give me your biggest takeaway.
One. Oh, number one?
Yes.
With the bullet, it's not even close. Micah Parsons is the guy we thought he is.
On 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. More Sunday Karma coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
This weekend, there's been a little tennis going on for me and a lot of hoops. Thanks to my friends at Precision Sports, the Dominator system, the best goals that you could have. And we're not talking soccer goals. We're talking basketball hoops. I know someone who just, got the court at the house. It is an absolute game changer. They will do the lines on the concrete. They will map out the little three-point arc, the free throw line. They do indoor. They do outdoor. You're making an investment in the house. Do it right. Do it with an expert. Do it with someone who can actually give you a free quote on it. We'll actually meet with you, look at your space, map it out for you. That is the beauty of Precision Sports. I have worked with them multiple times now, and if you are going to have a basketball hoop, a basketball court, that is who you need to do it with. Greg, have you haven't got enough jumpers at the house? Haven't gotten the invite, right?
At your house? No,
Yeah.
I've not gotten the invite yet.
Kyle has. Kyle's gotten some jumpers. Yes, you have.
To put up shots?
Yeah, on the outdoor court.
I don't remember
Yeah,
an
you
invite.
did.
When did I get the invite?
Yeah. See, Kyle doesn't even remember.
I trust Kyle on this.
No.
What did I say? I was busy?
No, you were there.
Okay.
We took shots on my court together.
We better get him checked out.
Kyle.
What, you want years ago?
Yes.
Oh, maybe years ago.
What do you mean it's on my court?
Okay, yeah, I thought you were talking about, yeah, okay, yeah, outside court. That
Yeah. It was built during COVID, and you came over and we took some shots together.
With safe social distancing, of course. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't remember
But
how many
yeah,
shots
when
we took.
when we hung out at the pool that day, with the fam.
Yeah, now I do remember the pool.
Yeah.
And the shots.
Yeah.
Shot.
Now you do. Yeah, there you go.
Woo, look at that
Now
jumper.
Kyle
That form.
remembers.
Look at that form.
Dude, you're telling me to get checked out. He didn't remember. PrecisionSportsOnline.com. PrecisionSportsOnline.com. The best. Whether it's portable to the wall, garage mounted, however it is, they will figure it out how it's best for you. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
Now, my dad, not a good basketball player, but when we used to get shots up at home, he would always, I'm a shooter, and he'd be bricking shot after shot after shot. Still thinks he could win in one-on-one and hasn't been able to for a while, to the point where the last time he came to my house on my hoop, he just first possession turned his ankle and had to go inside.
Ouch.
Still has that confidence.
How, is your dad in his 60s yet?
He's 69.
Oh, okay. I give it to him. He still think he got it in his late 60s. That's crazy.
No, when I was 8, he'd never let me win. I can't let him win now. This is payback.
Hell no. It builds character.
My dad's go-to thing sports-wise was he would take, and I love this. This is my favorite thing. He would take a tennis racket and a tennis ball and hit it as high as possible, and we would catch it. Like we would play like baseball, but like with the tennis racket, tennis ball, so that it would go up as high as it could in the air. That was our go-to like sports thing at halftime of the game or whatever. Like pop out and get that in. Kyle, your dad was just like, ooh.
Yeah, my dad coached me. I mean, I tell you, my dad was not like how much I love sports. He was not a big sports
Wait, but
guy.
he was
He
the
loved
coach?
sports. Yeah, he coached me.
And he didn't know anything about sports?
No, like he played. He was a really good athlete. But you know how some people talk about, like I talk about, oh man, if I didn't tear my ACL. My dad was a star quarterback at Riverside High School. He started his senior year at quarterback, only 5'9", starting quarterback. My dad he went to state, lost that state in wrestling. Like he was a really good athlete, but he just kind of like once he
like to play more than watch.
Yeah, yes. Like he just has him. He's a casual fan, but he came back. He coached me in high school football. High school. He coached me youth football growing up. So like he was just, he wasn't very intense when it came to sports.
So,
honestly, my mom might be more intense when it comes to sports when she actually cares.
So the Milwaukee Brewers have now lost 3 games in a row, including 2 to the Atlanta Braves. And some questions have arisen about the bullpen. Mark sent in, explain why Murphy loves Ashby so much. His wins this year were pointless, and after last year, nobody trusts him.
Look, I trust Pat Murphy. And I think that when you say they've lost 3 in a row and they've lost 2 to Atlanta, if you don't think that the Brewers are on the same level as the Braves, you're doing what we had discussed before and just looking at the headline, and you're not actually watching these games. Both came down to the last inning of the game. Like these were neck and neck as far as, a great tag by Wisconsin native Drake Baldwin, who played here in Wisconsin and is the rookie of the year last year in the National League. And then last night, obviously, a walk-off. So, they're on the same level. It's baseball. and it's baseball in June. So I feel good about where they're at.
Wait. Now you're saying you trust Pat Murphy. How do you feel about McGill the 8th and Ashby the 9th?
Are you playing something on your phone right now?
Yeah,
What's going on?
I'm trying to put my headphones as close to my ears because I feel like I hear something.
ESPN auto-played. I was pulling up the box score from last night's game, and ESPN auto-played something in the background.
So how do I say it again?
How do you feel about McGill in the 8th and Ashby in the 9th? I know obviously it didn't work out, but you're saying you trust in Pat Murphy.
I'm saying that they need to figure out now what they need to do in October. Like these games all matter, right? But at the same time, it's not like he went and brought up some kid in his first start and or his first appearance and put him in the 8th. If you want to try to go McGill into Ashby, then go for it. You're going to play the lineups. You got to see what you have. It's not like Ashby's a bum. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, Ashby's no bum whatsoever. I think, but I will say the back end of the bullpen has been something that has been very inconsistent for the Milwaukee Brewers throughout this season because Trevor McGill and my goodness, what's my boy's name? Abner Uribe. They haven't been the same that they were last year. There's been a little bit more rockiness in the sea for us early in the season for the Brewers, and so that has been a concern. But I do think the back end of the bullpen, finding somebody that can be a consistent closer, has been an issue for this team. Consistent.
And if you can get McGill to own the 8th, then you're just looking at somebody to own the 9th.
And are you saying that could end up being Uribe?
Could be.
And Ashby's been good. I mean, he's not lights out, but he's been better than not. He's been good more than not good, right? And so that's why I'm not mad about Pat Murphy trying some different things. I mean, we only complain when things don't go well.
Oh, that is true. I mean, so you now have Patrick with 3 saves, Uribe 5. McGill 9, Ashby with 0, including the blown save last night.
Yeah. So I think there's a problem when you have all these guys get closing out games. When you're doing it by committee, that's not great. Great teams, World Series teams don't do it by committee, do they? Usually they know their guy.
Yeah, I think they know not only
Ashby's their lefty. You know what I mean?
I think it's not only they know their guy, they know their 7th inning, their 8th inning, their 9th inning, but they don't necessarily know it in June. And the Brewers have almost never known it in June. They usually know their closer, which I'll give you, usually.
But, it wasn't until last year was Trevor McGill, and then he got injured, and then so Abner stepped up and did a great job late.
Yeah. I mean, the idea that Ashby has more wins than Miz is still wild, right? Like,
is he still a league leader in wins?
He's got to be, right?
He was at least a week or two ago.
I mean, he is now 10-1 after last night's performance, and a 3.18 ERA, 12.3 strikeouts per 9 innings, right? So Miz is 13.4 strikeouts per 9 innings. Ashby is 12.3, right? So I know one's out of the bullpen, so theoretically, you could have more, but like, that's pretty insane, right? Like, that's a live arm who's got stuff. It's not like just the guy who you couldn't trust in the postseason last year.
Yeah. And again, I think that there's always going to be something to complain about. But this idea that there's, we have to worry because of where they're at going up against the Braves, and it is absurd to me. And I think right now in the NL, there's very clearly 3 teams above the rest of the pack, and the Brewers are there with the Braves and the Dodgers.
I mean, I'll say this: when they played the Dodgers, who won the series?
I mean,
Brewers won the first game, Dodgers won the next 2.
We played the Braves, who won the series. And
Braves have won 2 one-run games.
So the series, exactly. And so that's what I'm saying is that as Greg just said, the gap isn't big. Obviously, they're evenly matched. Okay, but what can you help you get over it? Right?
Because what's the White Sox record against the Dodgers?
I mean, I don't know.
The White Sox are like 4-1 against the Dodgers right now.
Greg, it's very different.
What was the record last year of the Brewers against the Dodgers? Does that mean the Brewers were better than the Dodgers?
No, what I'm saying is this: last year, yes, during the regular season, we got excited in the postseason. So my big thing is, what is a common denominator in a lot of these games? And that's why I think when the Brewers are looking at it is we need to find a way to get better at bats. The Brewers. They scored 3 runs yesterday, and then it was
3-2 and 4-3, right?
Yeah,
these are 1-run games that could have gone either way.
But exactly,
but this tag at the plate.
Craig, remember in the playoffs last year when the Brewers lost to the Dodgers, it wasn't like the Brewers were letting in a lot of runs. The Brewers couldn't score runs. All I'm saying is when we're talking about when we get to the deadline, what do we need? The back end of the bullpen may be something that we want to look for, which they tried last year with Shelby Miller. Didn't work out. That was a flyer. And then this year it's, hey, we got to be able to score runs because what we're showing is that our staff completely can hold these offenses. They can hold them at bay, but we're not scoring enough runs to win games.
I believe the Brewers will have good enough pitching.
The Brewers right now are like, I think the third or fourth highest run scoring team in all of Major League Baseball.
Yes, again, yes. Now I haven't looked at what the scores were against the Dodgers, but I'm seeing
but
what
if you look
at
the runs allowed, Braves have given up 271, Brewers 274, and so
they're evenly matched.
So I'm saying,
so
they all. If I had to say which one do I trust more, I will say in the postseason I trust the pitching right now more than I trust the hitting.
Of course, but you still have young hitters that like need to seize it. Like Jackson Chourio, you're looking at and saying, can he do something differently in the postseason?
Yeah, I don't need him to do something different in postseason. I need him to be him in the postseason. He's only got to trust.
Fair. But I'm saying he's only going to get better. Bryce Terang is only getting better.
I'm saying, but those are the two guys for me that I trust in the postseason. And not that they have always been good.
I don't think Gary Sanchez is going to be.
Right, I'm saying going into the postseason, if I had to say, and Contreras, you hope.
I trust him. He was hurt last year in the postseason.
Right,
so I trust him.
Right.
I trust him more than Bryce actually right now in the postseason.
Yeah. So I mean, if you have three bats you can trust, I think last year what were we down to? Kind of Durbin and Chourio at the end of last year by the Dodgers series.
And that's saying
there were not a lot of at bats you could trust.
I'm just taking the data that I see from this Dodgers series and the Braves series, the two teams that I believe are only in the same class as the Brewers. We lost those series, and what we struggled to do, we struggled to score runs in those series. And so I think that's something based off what happened last year in the NLCS. I'm just a little bit concerned.
Yeah, I think that is completely fair, but I don't think one bat completely changes. So I think the only way you're going to beat one of those teams in a series is if the core guys are also there, right? The three guys we mentioned have to hit. It's not just like, oh, we're going to trade for this one bat and they're going to come up and hit a grand slam every time.
I'm more worried about the back end of the order than I am the front.
Ooh, I don't know that that's getting fixed.
Like that's the concern, isn't that you don't have a big enough bat in the middle of the order to me. It's the fact that you've got the albatross at the end of the order.
Yeah, so to me, and I get it. Like we've seen that like with certain lineups where it's like, oh, this guy gets on, then they'll intentionally walk this guy to get to 6, 7, 8, 9 because they know the bottom of the order can't hit and they can get out of the inning and then have that free next inning.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you could have 2 weak hitters that are, you're giving away, but if you have 4 at the bottom of the order, then it gets a lot easier to pitch around. All right, we'll talk more as we continue. It's Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
More Sunday Karma coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tosher here. People ask, why did I join UW Credit Union? Well, let's break it down. Convenient local branches, easy to use mobile banking app, rewards checking with early payday, and that beautiful Bucky debit card. Also, they've been serving Wisconsin since 1931, which means they have local expertise that's actually local. So stop by a branch or visit uwcu.org to join today and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Shop the Pig. The heart of this country is local. It's neighbors looking out for neighbors. It's small businesses that know your name. At Piggly Wiggly, the people who run your store live right here, right alongside you. And when you shop with us, every dollar stays in the community we all call home. Stop in today and see the difference shopping local really makes. Piggly Wiggly, local since forever.
As we celebrate Independence Day and 250 years of American freedom, there's never been a better time to invest in the place you call home. Maybe it's that roof you've been meaning to replace, those drafty windows you've learned to live with, or that bathroom you've wanted to update for years. Whatever project you've been putting off, Exterior Pros and Baths can help. This Independence Day, you can save up to $3,000 on your next project. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com. Exterior Pros and Baths. Done right, built to last.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Father's Day is Sunday. Looking for the right gift for Dad? Whether it's a unique craft beer, hard-to-find whiskey, or a spectacular bottle of wine, we've got you covered. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor, where since 1960, we have provided the best selection and the lowest prices in town. We stock literally thousands of varieties of beer, liquor, wine, and mixers. Over 15,000 actually, but who's counting? The point is, you want it, odds are we have it. Combine our incredible selection and everyday low prices with our 2 convenient locations, and you've got your one-stop shop for Father's Day. Discount Liquor on 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and in Barstow and Maine in downtown Waukesha.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings. Discount Liquor.
See our specials at discountliquorinc.com, and happy Father's Day.
Selling your home is more than putting a sign in the yard. It's about having the right team beside you. I'm Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates, powered by Keller Williams. We help relieve unnecessary stress with our team's expert listing process, strong negotiation skills, and fast, clear communication. Our white glove service experience is provided at every price point at every step of the way. Start your home journey today by searching online, Tony Wendorf. Tony Wendorf & Associates, a real estate team driven by faith, gratitude, and results.
Hey, better. Swing into Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee for the $300,000 Big League Series. Just play with your rewards card over 3 months to earn entries. Here's the lineup. Leading off April, on deck May, in the hole June. All monthly entries you earn will roll into drawings on Friday, June 26th, where you could win cash, free play, or one of 3 new Toyota vehicles. It's the $300,000 Big League Series, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Wilde Automotive Group is celebrating America's 250th birthday with as little as $250 down or $250 a month. Wilde makes it easy to drive the new or used vehicle to fit your lifestyle. Celebrate America's 250th with Wilde Automotive. $250 down or $250 a month. Available on over 1,500 vehicles at every Wilde dealership location.
Select models with approved credit, tax, title, license, registration, and 479 dealer fees extra. See dealer for details. Expire 7/5/26.
Whether it's breaking Packers news, breaking Bucks news, or breaking Brewers news, we are Milwaukee's place for the biggest sports stories right when they happen on 94.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app. You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Sunday Karma continues. Happy Father's Day. Lots of interesting thoughts from the fans on the Brewers. The Brewers need to go all in with a big bat and arm. They need to get Scooble and Trout. Go big or go home if you want to compete with L.A. That comes from K-Walk.
They actually could. They actually have they have enough prospects to probably get both of them, especially with one being a rental. I don't know what Mike Trout's contract is. I don't know if I even want Mike Trout, to be honest with you, but it could.
That'd be crazy.
He'll be injured for sure.
That'd be crazy.
But the Brewers have good enough prospects.
Hey, if he was...
I mean, you're trading the best ones.
If you put him around a competitive team like this, he could be special.
Mike Trout's 34, I think, right?
Yeah.
I mean...
Is he 34 already?
I think so. I feel like Mike Trout is close in our age. He's at least 33.
I don't know. I get the whole you got to go for it sometimes.
He's 34 years old. He'll be 35.
I think what the Brewers have built and the sustainability in which they've built it, you try to take your shots where you take your shots around the margins, but you don't blow up the whole system to try to make a run. In this era of the Dodgers, like in this era of the Dodgers, to put all your chips on the table just doesn't seem like it's a smart idea.
Chef Ed says... Ashby is not a closer. He's a 7th and 8th inning guy. Put Uribe back in the 8th, McGill back in the 9th.
Maybe they will.
But you're fine with it. You're saying like, hey, this is the time to experiment.
Yeah, look, they're going to try to win these games. They're going to try to win them in different ways, and you can't love Murphy for the things, the out of the box things that he does when they work, and then hate him when they don't work. Like this is who the Brewers have been. This is what's made them successful.
Steve says the Brewers don't have the bats to win against the top teams in a series. It's like trying to win a Super Bowl without a difference maker at quarterback. See Jordan Love. Oh, that's unnecessary to throw a little stray at Jordan Love there.
Hey, that kind of fits that profile of a Wisconsin sports fan, though, right? It's going to blame the big market team. You're not spending enough money, plus Jordan Love's not good enough. There's one team that I worry about them going up against, and it's the team everybody worries going up against, and it's the Dodgers.
Yeah. But just getting Skubal or just get, like, whoever you get, you're still going up against the Dodgers, and they have 5 of them. Yeah. So I think I do agree.
Guys are so sensible.
I think I'm not saying you can't trade some prospects for a pitcher. I'm just saying you can't go all in. Right,
I agree. I work with a guy with Ben Bruss on Kyle and Bruss 2 to 5 weekdays on ESPN Wisconsin, who has just created this narrative that the Brewers need a great Scuba will solve all the problems. And I'm just like, bro, that's not the reality.
What they're going to need is what the Knicks just did, and that's catching lightning in a bottle and just getting hot and having one of those magical runs. That's the only way to get through a team like the Dodgers.
The Brewers did that last year. They just did it in August instead of October.
Correct.
So if they did that in October, and I know the Reds, aren't the Dodgers, then it may have looked a little different. Palermo's picks coming up next. It's Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Maybe your summer sounds like country. Maybe it sounds like rock. Maybe it sounds like pop or hip hop. However your summer sounds, you'll find it at Summerfest. With hundreds of artists, great food, lakefront views, and unforgettable summer nights, there's something for everyone. Summerfest, Milwaukee's World Festival. 3 weekends, one incredible summer tradition. Get tickets and see the lineup at summerfest.com. That's summerfest.com.
I can't raise my arms, I can't kneel down, which means I can't play with the kids, golf with the guys, or get through a workday without exhausting pain. Hey, it's Ben Bruss, and I'm here to celebrate what you can do. And that's exactly what QC Kinetics patients are doing. Not bracing for the next jolt of pain, it's gone. They've moved on back to living their lives. You've heard me talk about Dr. Caravelli and her team at QC Kinetics, and so many of you have been through their game-changing regenerative treatments done right in the office. No missing work, no surgery, no long recovery. The pain's back off. And we love hearing from you, how we here at ESPN Milwaukee helped you dig out from under that long list of can'ts and get back to living your best life. Go find out what you can do. It's a good life out there, folks. Go live it to the fullest. Get rid of that pain starting now. The consultation's totally free to see if you're a good candidate. Weekend appointments are available. Call 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace. Right now, buy 4 windows, get 4 free in 48 months with 0% interest, same as cash. Restrictions apply. Call 414-410-2000. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Stop buying barbecue rubs that all taste the same.
Most are loaded with sugar, fillers, and shortcuts.
Burn Pit BBQ is not.
We're a veteran-owned company right here in Wisconsin, built on doing things the right way, no shortcuts, no nonsense.
Just premium seasonings that deliver real flavor every time you fire up the grill.
Whether it's a quick dinner or feeding the whole crew, Burn Pit BBQ gives you confidence to get it right.
Burn Pit BBQ, grill with confidence.
Find us at burnpitbbq.com and now at select Walmart locations.
That's burnpitbbq.com.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Milwaukee Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally and safely, and with no drugs or injections with risk of serious side effects, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, and no exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good with a coach for ongoing support. Our program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast as most other programs. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation.
Since January, I've already lost 40 pounds and dropped a couple pant sizes. This program has been simple, safe, and their team has helped me every step of the way. Best of all, it's built to help keep the weight off for good. If you're looking for a weight loss program that works, Milwaukee Weight Loss is it. For a limited time, get $200 off with our summer special. Book your free consultation at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary.
I started our landscaping company, Brett Ochtenhagen's Seasonal Services, in 1994. We have other businesses
businesses, a trucking company, investment properties, and we board and raise quarter horses. I met Chris from Horicon Bank over 20 years ago, and we really hit it off. A few years back, we made our largest capital commitment ever. Chris understood our vision, supported it, and 5 years later, our annual equipment maintenance costs are down, and our fleet is amazing. Chris and Horicon Bank helped make that happen.
Horicon Bank, together doing good for 130 years. Member FDIC.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Tune into The Rich Eisen Show weekdays from 12 to 2 right here on 94.5 ESPN.
You're listening to ESPN Milwaukee on 94.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app. It's that time.
Yes, it's finally here.
Craig makes his picks of the week.
You can bet the house on it.
Picks of the week on Sunday Karma with Craig Karmazin. Presented by Palermo's Pizza, Wisconsin's hometown pizza.
Can't wait to see what happens next.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Still trying to figure out what doesn't go well with Palermo's Pizza last night. It's different stages. So, Kyle, you were judgy when it came to homecoming when I said what time the kids came back. Now, you having spent your formative years in Whitefish Bay, I was out in these streets. Last night was Summerfest. Ooh! So, what do you think about? So they took the Summerfest bus.
Yeah, I remember the city bus.
Yeah, they took the bus back and forth on their own. You know, how you feeling about the Summerfest bus at 14, 15, 16 years old, the Summerfest bus?
It's a tradition like no other. It's basically a rites of passage. I remember good time. I got stories.
But you know what I did? I hit them on the text at like midnight, like as they were getting back on the bus.
Yeah.
I was like, preheat the oven now.
Ooh.
Because Palermo's Pizza goes with just about every experience when you are in Wisconsin. And whether it's Urban Pie, Connie's, Palermo's, Screamin' Sicilian, Netflix with the crust. Palermo's has the pizza for you. And I was part of Wisconsin as any of these events, as summer, as football, as sports. Palermo's has it. You know you're supporting local when you support Palermo's, employing so many and impacting the community in so many ways. So proud of our partnership with Palermo's. All right, it is time for our Palermo's picks. Greg, I know you with your fancy Fox that you've been watching the World Cup on. What do you think about the U.S.?
Fancy broadcast television.
Yeah, look at you. I realized I don't have Fox. I went to watch
Craig's
the World
the
Cup.
only American that hasn't watched a single second of World Cup.
You don't have Fox
soccer
at all?
I realized I don't have it. So when ESPN and YouTube got in the fight, I canceled my YouTube TV, and then I bought ESPN Direct. I have Peacock. I have Paramount. I have all the, Netflix. You have all the different streaming things. And you'd be like, oh, how do you watch the Packers game? Well, I generally watch Sunday Ticket if they're on, during the noon window or the 3:25 window.
Well, no, Sunday Ticket you get blacked out on.
No, you don't. No,
if it's in your home
I'm saying,
market.
sorry, Red Zone.
Red Zone.
Oh, I don't have Sunday Ticket. I just watch Red Zone.
Oh, I do. It's the biggest ripoff in the world.
Oh, don't say that.
When my wife found out how much money I was spending on Sunday Ticket, it's the only time she ever got mad at me for spending too much.
Oh, wow. I like that.
Yeah. So, so I don't have Fox. So how's the U.S. looking?
The U.S. is gonna take they're gonna take their group and group play. Right now, Spain's have 3-0 over Saudi Arabia. Been a great World Cup so far.
I agree, it has been, but the U.S. has been quite the surprise. Quite the surprise.
Big
I mean,
time.
two own goals, but that's because you're applying attacking pressure. Antonio Freeman's
Hey,
like,
you were on it.
I've
You
been
were
trying
on
to
it.
tell people we got to get excited about Alex Freeman. But no, this is when I watched that first game I was watching, getting super excited. This is my fiance's first time ever seeing me watch like World Cup soccer. And she saw me getting excited. I'm like, yeah, this is the best U.S. soccer game I have ever seen them play in a World Cup.
You had Kyle had the face painted. I saw it on social media. The American flag painted on his face. He's all in.
I mean, say whatever you want. They believe anything on social media.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even think they're gonna play their starters next game, right?
They have no reason to.
Yeah.
Yellow cards and getting injured. Might as well not deal with that.
Yep.
Giannis wants to stay in Milwaukee, just not with the Milwaukee Bucks. This is ESPN Wisconsin reporting that once again. What a wild!
I won't clip it.
What a wild weekend it has been. Stay healthy, stay together, survive today, thrive tomorrow. Don't settle. You have been listening to Sunday Karma. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Give one more happy, Greg.
Happy Father's Day.
Kyle, send us out.
Peace.
This is ESPN.